Okay, so welcome back, and this is the video we are going to check some things. We are going to check. We are going to check for the hack. We are going to see different things the hacker keyboard can do first. So I want to change my keyboard to hacker's keyboard. If you're using Google Chrome, you can just easily do that by clicking on the space button for long. Then it will bring out that menu. You can swipe to the bottom, or just look through the menu for hacker's keyboard and click on it when you have installed it. But if you have not installed it, we'll talk about that. It should not show immediately you install it. You have to do some things before it show on that menu. So this is how the hacker's keyboard should look like when we are done setting it up. So now before we set it up, I wanted to just show you how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. So firstly, I want to send the hacker's keyboard over to here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to clear the data so that it looks as if I just installed the app. So clear all data. Forgive my light mode. So clear data. So I'm going to enter hacker's keyboard now. So this, I just installed the app newly. So hacker's keyboard. So firstly, you do that by you enable the keyboard. So I'm going to enable the keyboard by clicking here and going yes. Okay, so hacker's keyboard, it has been enabled. So if I want to test it, I click on set input method. I click on hacker's keyboard. Okay, and see it has been set. So this is how ugly it looks like at first. So now we are going to set it. You can do input language and install some of the languages. Maybe you're going to use some of these languages later on. Anyways, I'm not going to use them since I'm developing. The only time I'll use them is if I'm writing for my development. Okay, so back to hacker's keyboard. What did I select there? I selected something that I don't want that. Back to hacker's keyboard. So now we want the settings. Firstly, let's look at what they said here. It's disabled by default. Here we know that we have activated it. Selected input method. Install completion dictionary packages. Okay, so I want to install that. I think so. I want to install that. So I want to autocomplete my words, just like when you are typing with Gboard. I have internet connection problems. Okay, let's go back. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, settings. So keyboard height. We want keyboard height to be, let's say, 40%. Let's say okay. So we can see that. I don't want it to be 40% anymore. Let's make it 30% instead because it's too tall. I want it to be 30% of the screen. Let's see. Manageable. Then settings, keyboard height, landscape. That is when you rotate your phone. I won't rotate my phone while I'm coding with my phone anyways. Then keyboard mode, but we want 5-row compact layout. You can see that is adding already. So suggestions in landscape mode, yes. I don't know if that is important. Then theme and label settings. So keyboard theme, I want material dark. You guys, if you draw, anyways, if you draw, you can set that. Then labeled alternate cues. Okay, key labeling scale, suggestion labeling scale, 5th row height adjustment. Okay, let's leave all that there. Then let's see. So you can see it has been added. Those things have been added. So there are other things I want to set as well. So voice input should be on symbols keyboard, show settings key, automatic input languages. You can slide finger on input to change input language. Auto capitalization, I don't want that. I'm a developer. I don't want auto capitalization. Double tap shift mode, yes, I want that. Like this thing when you click 1 2, this stuff. Well, if you disable it, double tap shift mode, it won't do anything. 1 2, okay, it still works. Anyways, we don't really need that, but we can just leave it there. Key feedback settings. Do you want the phone to vibrate whenever I click on a key? I don't want that. I don't really want much. And toggle extension. Swipe down. I want it to close keyboard. Swipe left. Switch keyboard layout. Swipe right. Let's say launch settings. Let's test them. Yes, swipe right. Okay, so this is swipe right to open this place, settings. Then swipe left. I didn't think swipe left work. Anyways, then swipe up, no extensions. Swipe down. I didn't think that's work anyways. So let's go back. Then what else? Okay, so this Control A select all override. So I don't want to disable Control A to select all. Then I will then be using Control Alt A. I don't like that, so I want to use Control A, no override. Then Control key code, none, ignore when not modifying other keys. Okay, Control key code, I want it to be by the, okay, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that. Sliding key event. Okay, so when I slide, do I want to ignore all keys during sliding movement, or do I want to send first key touched, or do I want to send the last key that the slide when I slide on the keyboard like this? For example, when I slide on the keyboard like this. Okay, let's use the left. When I slide on the keyboard, it will always send the last key touched. But if I change that, it will send the first key touched. So if I do like this, okay, I don't think that is either working as well. Well, not like we will really need most of this stuff. We just want to use them for fancy. So if they actually work, I want all keys touched during sliding movement to be sent, or rather I want to ignore them, so that when I'm typing and I mistakenly slide, I don't want that. So pop-up mini keyboard contents. So this is really useful, especially when you need symbols without having to go to the symbols keyboard. Okay, so I want this. Okay, I want this. So let's test that out. Yeah, it should be like that. Or rather, let it not be like that, because we don't want the uppercase. Because it says add upper. We don't want the uppercase. We want this. We can easily get uppercase. Then long press, we don't really need this. Quick fixes, correct commonly typed mistake. I don't want that. Show suggestions, suggested words while typing. Yes, I want that. Autocomplete, I don't want that. Suggested punctuation, you really use a lot of symbols in JavaScript, so I suggest you change this to the ones you use. So the ones I will likely use, the ones I will easily access, is firstly, because this is not easily accessible, this one here. But once you click it, once you type it on the editor, you can easily bring out the next one. It's like a feature in all code editors. So rather, I'll use okay, I'll use this next. Okay, this next, then this and this. Yeah, this as well. Then what else? Yes, we need a lot of this and this. Then this and this. Okay, I think we can add some few ones. We look for the ones that are not easily accessible here. Example, plus is not easily accessible. Plus, minus, division is easily accessible. Multiplication is easily accessible. Yes, I think that should be all. Then touch to correct words, we don't want that. Landscape mode, full editor, we don't want that. Show soft keyboard, when no hardware keyboards available, we want that. No, use permanent notification, we also want that for some reason. So I think that should be it. So you can see those things we added here. Yes. Okay. So yes. Okay, that's it. Then what is the next step? The next step now is to go to our code editor and try it out. So one of the things you'll be doing mostly is copying and pasting. Not really one of the things you'll be doing mostly. Like one of the things you most likely do while coding is to copy and paste maybe something you've written before. So for example, console dot, remember that snippet that we can now do it from our tab with the tab we already have here. This tab here, you can do it. So cl then tab. So I can put in something. So I can put something with this. If I need any other complex symbol, I can click on this fn here. Click on fn. So various other things. See various other things here. This is the meta key. This does not have any function really yet here. This is the start key. This is like the start button on your keyboard. This is the function key: F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. So this is voice input to say something, and it will be added there. So now let's actually say something. Hello. Well, instead of doing more hello words, let's actually do math. 2 plus 2. Console.log 2 plus 2. If you click on execute, yes, browser 4. So now we want to console.log 2 plus 4 instead. But we don't want to delete this one. We want to write the next one under. Instead of copying this code and doing the stress of copying, you can just easily do Alt Shift and below. So we copied it below. We can do it Alt Shift. We can do it Alt. Okay, undo that. Alt Shift and above. It will copy it above. That is Alt Shift. Then to copy something, to remove a line, so do just Alt without the Shift. Alt, then the arrow key. Use the arrow key. So to go to the starting of a line and beginning of a line, we use Alt and the left and right arrow key. So you can see that automatically saved option there is working now. So then there is this Alt Shift to copy to the beginning of the line, or maybe at somewhere you copy to the end of the line, to the beginning of the line, to the end of the line with Alt Shift and left and right arrow key. So that is it. Then there's are other ones. You will see the different. In the video I dropped in the group about installing VS Code, they will talk about some of the shortcuts there. You can use some of the shortcuts here as well. For example, okay, this is HTML. You don't need to understand this, but just know that you can use this in HTML. I want to change this to HTML now. So HTML. So normally in HTML you have to write a boilerplate, a standard boilerplate. For example, you have to write a standard boilerplate and put in the do doc type, all those stuff. But now most people don't actually use that anymore. They just simply use the simple shortcut. Forgive the typo. Click on this exclamation mark and our tab, and it gives us that full boilerplate. So we'll change this to website. So now it's a shortcut. Normally you can write div and put this here, then put another div, put something, put div, then click on span and do things like that. But now this, take a good look at this and see how it is. Then I will do it again. So div, you can do something like div, the next div, and next is a span with and maybe some text icon, and click on this tab. Then we use our beloved format to arrange the code for us, and you can see. Anyways, so that is how these snippets work. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to change the syntax to JavaScript. So you can see that is how this Hackers keyboard operates. You can do some of the things you needed to do on laptop on this. So some of the things like not initiating the keyboard but using shortcuts to go to different places cannot be used because it is not a hardware keyboard. So you need a hardware keyboard for that, like a physical keyboard that you buy and add to this. So that is the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching. We'll meet in the next one.